Jeremy, go ahead and get started with this guy, okay? What do we got?
So, first of all, the most important thing about this character, the most important thing to Heroscape about this character, that is a you-lot. Everyone say it with me, you-lot. That changes the pronunciation. Yeah. Whoa. Is it the umlaut? If I've been saying it wrong, I'm going to be like, okay. I thought it was.
Once again,
Jeremy,
I was like,
Jeremy, you work for Renegade.
Nice.
Every name that you say, I consider it canon. So just.
Oh my God! Don't do that. Then I will make a mistake, and then
start making up words at this point.
Right.
Have fun with it.
But yes, the you umlaut, it makes it a long sound, right? So that's why you may hear in every once in a while you'll hear duned, and that's why that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's duned, right? But most people will say dunned anyway, and it's fine. Again, Heroscape names, everybody has different ways of saying it. But if you've ever been like, what's that double dot? Yeah, that's figure we start with that because
for sure.
It is before Leviatok. Yeah, before Leviatok was the only character with an umlaut.
Kaboom.
And I always thought that was random that they put that in the game because it was like, this is sort of a game for 8-year-olds. I don't think anyone knows how to say double dot but hey, it's a cool little history part.
It's a great way to learn what that is.
Yeah, I learned what I learned what an umlaut was because of Heroscape. I can say that. I can be like, I can say that word. I understand what it means now, right? It's the long pronunciation of the vowel. I learned all of that because of Heroscape. That's why I tell people Heroscape's a great game to teach kids because it's like, look at all these cool random things you learn, like umlauts. Like it's like wow, But yeah, just all around. Obviously, this character is also is one of the easier ones to get because of Orm's Return. If you know the story with the Dragon Lady, I won't go into that, but there's a lot of Orm's Return out there in the market, a lot more than the other sets. So, but we have Vidar summoned, Duned. We have the Crippling Gaze 15. Trying to roll that's almost impossible. Doggin. Hunter, Tricky, large 4, unique hero, 4 life. Now, that's surprisingly lives a good while. I've played Dune before, and Dune did not die really quickly. I was like,
5 defense dice helps.
Yeah, the 5 defense. That was the thing. I was just like, this character. I can't really play this character very well, but this character doesn't die. The 5 defense is nice. The 4 life keeps it going for a while, and then I was like, man, I kind of want to learn how to use this character more or find a way to like just throw people off because there's something about that, like the 4 life, 5 defense that just makes the character work really well. But for the most part, I think, what is it? I want to say C. I think it's a C. But yeah, you won't see this character competitively as much if you play any all times because I think it's mainly just the lack of bonding. I don't think anything except the Tricky.
There's no other dogging things. There's not a lot of hunter bonding or synergies.
Need more dogging.
So this character kind of
Even just hunter, that's such a common thing. Why are there no more?
Is that in VC? Is there no hunter bonding in VC?
Arctos has, I think, hunter enhancements. That's it, pretty much. There's no solid hunter builds.
Yeah, there ain't much bonding for this guy. Jeremy, just for like the audiosphere people, do you want to read us Crippling Gaze 15?
Yeah, let me read the power. Okay, it says, before moving, you may choose a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of Duned. Roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 15 or higher, remove all order markers from the chosen figure's army card or cards if your opponent has more than 1 common card for that figure. So, yeah, that's when it procs. If you get that 15 or higher, it could mess an opponent up pretty bad because then they just basically lose their turn. And it's like, well, yeah, you thought you were going to move, you're not. You thought you were going to attack, you're not. I mean, it's like your entire turn just gets obliterated. And if you're really good, if you're effective, because it says 5 clear sights, so you don't even have to be within proximity. You can grab a height advantage, have Dune like gaze down upon everyone, as they get closer, you're just like trying to knock out their order marker so they stop where they are. They literally can't keep moving, and then you just drop something down and knock them out or something. So options. It's a really cool character, but
yeah,
I just wish there was more bonding.
and I mean it's got good move, 6 spaces, and I mean its attack is 3. It's a fair attack. I mean for what it is, because it's a miniature that can get height, since it's got good movement, more rapidly than most, and semi-solid defense. But yeah, I think the trick is where do you put it? You know, especially like what's the delta points for this one, Joe?
880, I believe.
Is that 80?
What is delta? Yeah, it's 80. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know at 110 that would be like, it's not really a filler. Even at 80, it's like kind of. I mean, do you foresee it like dropping even more for delta points?
It can't drop any more just because of how it does affect commons and how commons relate to the overall structure. Like, I'm actually surprised they reduced it that much. It needs to be a little expensive just because otherwise it'll be fielded all the time, and your opponent doesn't even get a play at all.
Right. It's more of a common squad type stopper then, basically, because you can affect an order marker on one common squad card, and boom, you know, it's considered ineffective. So yeah, I mean, it can work for that. I know people have used it and used it well. It's just one where when there's better things out there, it's just questionable whether or not you do want to use it. What's the and I was thinking, what's the range for crippling gaze? It is 5 clear sight spaces, so it's not like
sight spaces.
It's far, but not terribly far. You still got to get.
Kicker is it's before moving. That's honestly Dune's weakest aspect is you have to do that before you move.
Pre-position.
So you have to put about 2 order markers, one to move, the next to actually be in range if you're kind of playing him right. So that's the tricky part of him, is you really have to kind of gamble on that, and then once you commit 2 order markers, you really have to capitalize on that third one if it's successful. So it's kind of you're kind of gambling if you play this guy, and you really have to know how to manage your placement, because if you put the third order marker on him and you get the crippling gaze, it's ultimately not as effective if you get that crippling gaze on the first order marker because of the amount of order markers you can remove.
Imagine if they just came out with a Caesar Milan. What's his name? What's the dog trainer guy's name? Caesar Milan. A type of character, and you just be like, his only power is to switch that order.
Yeah, or he just has movement bonding with all Doggin heroes. I mean, that's all. He doesn't even need to attack.
Need a dog trainer, some type of dog. Yeah, get more Doggin heroes and get a dog trainer out there. I mean, Justin's saying good counter for bonding armies too for this, for sure.
That'd be an awesome pirate character to have with different.
A Dune pirate, that would be fun. Recreate Dune to be a pirate type dog, and then have puppy.
A pirate. I'm saying a pirate that can.
I want to see better. Dune with an eye patch. I want to see Dune with an eye patch.
No, we got
4 eye patches.
Joe, the communication is broken down. We've entered pirate dog territory. Oh my god. Look, it's Heroscape. A lot of things can happen. So
Derek's saying in the chat, Glyph of Quillivan got me a victory due to getting done in position in a successful crippling gaze 15 and kill.
Oh wow.
I think that's a rare thing though, but yeah, I imagine it can happen. That's the fun of Heroscape though.
Those victories are the best though, when you're just like, I don't know how I pulled that off, but it happened, and then you're just like, I'm going to be talking about this for the rest of my life. It's that cool.
I was thinking myself too. It would be great if this was type of a hero that could bond with, say, like Crypt Guardians, because Crypt Guardians are tanks anyway. If there was a way to bond Dune with Crypt Guardians, if there was some type of bonding synergy with them, I think that would make an effective army.
Sure.
Like a tank that could crippling gaze, like common squad bonding, with Crypt Guardians. Oh my goodness, that would be fun. But anyway, that's just me speculating.
Yeah, I hope they bring back this crippling gaze, maybe not as powerful, but a bit more reliable in the future, just to have a little thing in your pocket against common squads to kind of keep them in check. Because currently there's not a lot to counter order marker usage on commons. It's like the easiest part of the game. If there was kind of like a variation of this kind of floating around that always made you a little bit nervous about drafting 5 common squads in an army, I think that would just be fun to have. Maybe crippling gaze, like 2 range, but like make it a 13 to hit and 2 order markers or 1. Like, I think you could lessen and lower this, and I honestly think it would just be a really fun thing for that common glut we have.
Absolutely. Be able to literally cripple and have none of the commons move the entire round, and then Zelrig comes in and eliminates all of them within the first round. There you go. Done. Game. That's game.
Dan is saying in the chat, Mr. Milan, 60 points, move 1 unique dog and move 1 unit of dogs. Actually, that would be someone make that custom, and then create a puppy common squad. I want to see puppies with rocket launchers.
And then skateboard can cover that. Awesome. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Oh, that would be. I mean, I'm already set for furry woodland creatures. I'd be sold. Jeremy, do you want to read some of the lore on this guy as well? If you can read that, I know the text is kind of small in that.
I gotcha. The hunting hounds of Nolandia are legendary for their ability to track anything, anywhere. They are simply more intelligent and cunning than any other animals. However, these traits are not what make them ideal for tracking. It is their ability to trick quarry into doing exactly what they want that makes them superior hunters. Amongst these dogged, Doomed is a sovereign. Not only is he a superior tracker, but Doomed has the ability to simply paralyze his prey with fear. His mere glance is enough to stop all but the most skilled of warriors in their tracks, rendering them helpless and an easy target.
Solid.
And any other backstory with the Doggins in Heroscape that you know of?
This is what makes me sad. Nothing. This is it. We this is the
that stinks.
This passage is one of these fun little Heroscapisms, right? Where they go into this narrative of they introduce a new nation or continent or place, right? We get a new name of a new place. We got a new species. We got a new concept. They're these hunting hounds. Oh, they're so cool. Who's using them? Who are these all that kind of stuff. And then they just never answer that.
Don't know.
They never visit again.
It never gets visited again. No one knows where Nolandia is. No one knows what Nolandia is. It's just there. It exists. It floats in the space of endless possibilities. And so yeah, I mean it's always fun to see that because that's the kind of stuff I grew on. But now that I'm working on something,
exactly, I
don't know. It's
we need to think about this. We need to think about this.
If it fits, I'll find a place for it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll find a place for it. Because there's a lot of these little Nolandia. Right? It's what is that?
No one knows.
It sounds cool. No one knows. It came up in this one passage, and you're like, oh.
It'd be cool if Nolandia had instead of tree elves that we've been getting, kind of shadow elves, some kind of a different species or race of elves to kind of go along with what we have. They kind of the shadow hound masters. That'd be kind of fun to have. I'd think that.
That is pretty cool. Shadows is a cool concept.
Yeah, and like Jeremy said, it's a relatively cheap miniature to get. I know ranked at C-, which is understandable with his current synergies and such.
Yeah, and that's just the lack of bonding, I imagine.
Yep.
It makes it really hard to.
Yep, for sure.
Heroscape was saying earlier, for crippling gaze to be effective, you have to use at least 2 order markers. So it's that's a lot in terms of action economy. You're not
going to put all your order markers
on 2 order markers on one character.
Yep.
You're
and Justin said, I could see more Hunter synergy in the future. Renegade even teased Tammin the Hunter in Sanla's journal. This is true. That's true. This is true. Let's hope that they have plans for Dune, because I mean, honestly, I don't know about you, but my opinion, I mean, Dune's the best miniature of the whole game. That's just my thought.
I think he's a really cool sculpt. Just visually, like
unique.
he's so unique. Like the 4 eyes, like the purplish tone, like the spine, like he's so distinct. I love him visually. Like I actually printed up a bunch of tiny Dune puppies to go along with him, just because I love his look so much. But yeah, like just the bio states that there's like more of him. So and he's like the king. So I love to see maybe some variations on this design or some like that aren't like that thing outside. Is that like an emblem or is it like armor plating? I think he's really cool.
Yeah, he's a sergeant.
You know, and you look at the sculpt. I remember when I first got this sculpt, I thought it was more valuable than it actually was. Like you know, like ooh, I want an eBay auction. Ooh, I got this new sculpt. What's it about? You know, and then I look it up and just like, oh, you know. But yeah, the sculpt on it is incredible. You think it's more valuable than it is, unless its tail is broken off, which happens a lot if you purchase these things.
Oh my gosh, the amount of dunes without tails.
Oh my goodness.
The pain.
All the tails belong to me, apparently. You know, so.
You know, how many Salins without spears do you find out there in the wild? It's like, could we not keep her spear on at all?
But I think that's all we really need to say about this miniature. So we will move on from this. But that is taking a look at Dune for consideration for your Heroscape collection, preferably without a broken tail.